They're here.
Motion detected at the driveway.
They are ready for battle.
set for one fall, and it's for the Raw Tag Team Championship. On the way to the ring, at a combined weight of 475 pounds, the Enforcer, and the Chosen One, X, the Bloodline.
Gentlemen, it's time for war.
The War Raiders have gotten back to their roots and are more savage now than ever.
And their opponents, at a combined weight of 597 pounds, Ivar and Eric, the War Raiders.
Take a look at Eric and Ivar, a unique tag team blend of power, speed, and agility.
It has earned them championships before, and the War Raiders have got to be on the hunt for even more hardware.
I'm loving this matchup. The best teams around facing off for the titles.
There's the battle, and this tag team match is now underway.
You gotta love tag team action. Always having someone to watch your back. Always having a partner to bust some skulls and cause destruction with. It's always fun to share that joy, man. Oh, yes. Oh, getting put to shame right there.
I don't know if there's any ounce of professionalism in an attack like that. Schoolboy! Early cover for the top. Shoulders down. Championship at stake. Shoulders down. Championship at stake.
And he kicks out. It's a little early for an earnest attempt.
Cut off with a savage clothesline.
Ivar's lost any momentum here.
Ivar's got to assert himself back in this one.
Mistake made by Ivar.
Oh, big-time shot right to the midsection.
Ivar looking unfocused after that blow.
Point of the knee used to great effect.
Schoolboy
For the title.
And he breaks the count quickly.
Battling out. He's not letting himself get put away just yet.
From the top. Diving double axe handle. And now he sees control for the moment.
Yeah, he desperately needs to find some reprieve from this constant storm of offense. Oh, an absolutely disrespectful act of aggression.
Yikes, that'll either wake you up or knock you out.
Propping him up in the corner.
He's able to counter that.
Destroyer. That's the WWE equivalent of a helmet-to-helmet hit right there.
The pin for the championship. Just after two.
I am not sure how many more of those kickouts he'll have left in him soon enough.
DDT. Oh, what a right hook. He's got something in store. the tag.
And he got to his partner. Spear! Superman punch! Mounting their downed opponent and firing off a series of blows. And a stomp to the gut.
Connects with a crushing elbow drop.
Schoolboy! The pin for the champion. He kicks out with authority.
He's really not making this easy.
An overbearing amount of offense against Eric here.
Yeah, Eric's defensive instincts need to kick in.
Destroyer! And Eric's power being curbed with that attack. The pin for the championship. Shoulders up.
Just a pure reaction of instinct there.
Superman punch! Blasted by a forearm. With authority! Oh, that can break an arm. Setting him up for the flatliner.
Saw what was coming. Got out of harm's way.
Rapid fire
For the title.
Breaks the pin, keeping his team in this one.
That will rock you.
And Eric can't stop any offense coming his way.
But Eric can't allow this burst to hinder him.
Going for the pin. Title in the
Powering out at one.
Still fighting to keep in this thing.
Superman punch!
Climbing the turnbuckles to the top. From the top. Off the mark.
Eric timed that just right.
Sent right into the corner.
Pop-up power slam. What power from this team? Oof. Oh, God.
Oh my gosh, what impact!
What a way to shatter an arm.
I don't look like the deer in the headlights here.
Headlock applied from behind. A rolling cutter with more damage incoming. There's number two. Will the third time be the charm?
Yes, they do.
That's going to keep Ivar down.
Making the save. Still alive here.
Bam! Boom! Destroyer!
Looking to put this one away.
There's two. And here's another quick look at those superstars in action in that tag team battle.
Here are your winners, and the new Raw Tag Team Champions, the Enforcer, and the Chosen One, X, the Bloodline.
Not the result the War Raiders wanted tonight.
They say when you know, and I know there's no tag team on the roster that can touch these two guys.
Well, buckets. Hopefully they gonna take it off after the gas clear. Yeah, yeah, I do that on my what's name.
have WrestleMania 10, you have this
My laptop.
Lab match. Everybody loves it. Rave reviews. Then you kind of get away. You kind of take a break from it, almost to the point where you want people to kind of forget about the match, forget how special it was.
SummerSlam's coming up. Intercontinental title defense. It will be a ladder match. The Intercontinental belt will be suspended high above the ring. The two combatants will be, well, the same two who were in Madison Square Garden at WrestleMania 10 in the greatest match ever witnessed in the history of the World Wrestling Federation. Shawn Michaels against the bad guy, Razor Ramon.
When you flip it back and you say, hey, we're giving this to you again, this time at SummerSlam, different stage, and immediately you bring back all those memories from people, and it floods back, and now they're starting to talk again.
I have not had a good night's sleep since the ladder match of '94.
They say a ladder match one more time? Are you crazy? Maybe so. But I love to live my life in the spotlight. And Michaels, I know you do too.
And that belt is what it's all about. These two men will actually face each other at SummerSlam.
That sort of just kind of came about, and it's not the same situation, so we just didn't feel like it was going to be the same. You know, it's like the sequel. You don't do the sequel because it's never as good as the first one. They're getting ready to have another ladder match, but how do you top that first one? How do you make this one better than that?
Hey, man, and especially when you find out the handcuffs they got put on them going into this thing, they couldn't use the ladder as a weapon.
Maybe it was just somebody come up going, you can't hit each other with the ladder. That's the whole point of the ladder match.
Both men looking up. The bell has rung.
Censor standards and practices and people of that nature had asked that we don't use household items. So we had to use the ladder to climb and use it a little more creatively than actually hitting someone. But as silly as it sounds, that was the rule.
Have this match that was so fantastic, but we're going to take away a lot of the things that you can do and see how you do.
But if you're able to have a great match, despite the obstacles that are put in front of you, it feels good to be able to overcome those challenges.
It was the coolest thing in the world watching them, even like with a base template, take that and just turn it into something unbelievable.
I want you to talk to that
That's what I
driver.
learned too, a little bit about just letting go. Like let it happen, let it flow.
I introduced a second ladder. I set it up.
Daniel's tea party is drifting through the sky. This is wonderful news, because he's sleeping well and dreaming, thanks to his Aspire implant, a proven sleep apnea treatment when CPAP doesn't work. Learn more and view safety info at AspireSleep.com.
I'm on road. I lost 75 pounds on road. I cried when I could finally run a mile. Now I'm running farther every day. FDA approved GLP-1s for the cost of my monthly copay, thanks to Rose's free insurance check. Losing weight is just the start. I'm Hannah Nylander Asplund, and this is me on road.
My little girl loves wearing princess dresses almost every day. Irma has high-risk neuroblastoma. It was really hard to see our sunny, bright little girl hurting. St. Jude's touches the lives of so many kids. And so even though her prognosis is still scary, we have a lot of hope.
Every minute matters for the children at St. Jude. They need your help. Please call, go online, or scan the QR code right now and give $19 a month to make a difference.
Oh, your kid has cancer. Just the stress and just the worry is definitely the hardest part. And seeing my wife's heart broken.
healthy little boy running around, playing all the time. Childhood cancer is absolutely crushing homeless coming in these walls every day as he fights the battle of his life.
The search for cures must continue. Join with your credit or debit card for only $19 a month, and we'll send you this St. Jude t-shirt. You can proudly wear to show your support.
The donations and the research is saving our daughter's life. St. Jude, they lift you and carry you on the days that you
What's wrong, man?
They give us lots of love and
What's wrong with me?
I have two homes, kind of. St. Jude.
What'd I do?
And my home.
You can make a difference. Become a partner in hope today. Please donate now.
I've been saving for my first house for years, but to get the best mortgage rate, I want to keep improving my credit. With Chime Card, I can build credit safely, earn cash back, and grow my score with monthly bills. My score's up 80 points.
Motion detected at the driveway.
Start making you fee-free at Chime.
To be a safe driver, one must master skills like changing lanes, the dreaded three-point turn, and of course, following the speed limit.
I'm not gonna get bored, man.
Get into new episodes of Road Warrant, Tuesday at 9, only on A&E. Watch next day on the A&E app. 2 murders in a week.
She would have murdered in cold blood.
I'm going to do everything I can to get justice.
Okay.
I got him. You're going to jail for first-degree murder. Up First 48. New episode Thursday at 8. Part of Private Investigation. Only on A&E. Watch next day on the A&E app.
Then we should have cut this, but there's like another, this happens, broken ladder in the first one. Sean climbed up and he tried to get the belt down and it wouldn't, like the snaps wouldn't come off. He's like he's hanging from there. Like eventually he's so pissed. You can see the look on him. He's so pissed.
When they go through that war and, one comes out as the winner, one's the loser, you can't help but have respect for the other person because you know exactly what it took to win.
It was critically acclaimed, and most people think they followed the first one.
They didn't need to have all the bells and whistles because they knew how to bring all those other resources to the table.
I think that's what we took from that second one, were all of those challenges and still finding a way to make it work. Learning and appreciating the story aspect of it and making the psychology different. It makes you better at your job. I want to be better at my job than anything else. You know what I mean? And obviously, like, enough people recognize that, and that's a good thing.
Razor Ramon, in some ways, is remembered for his defiance of WWE. Him and Kevin Nash jumped ship in the early days of WCW Nitro. They both had major roles in creating the New World Order.
Did everybody have to see
And if Shawn Michaels' career had ended in 1995, he would still be a very strong candidate for the WWE Hall of Fame. The career he had since then, that's on another stratosphere.
the boyhood dream has come true? Undertaker is the one! Tombstone! Moonsault! Oh my God!
In 2011, Shawn Michaels was inducted into the WWE Hall of
Do it
Fame.
today, so I ain't gonna do it tomorrow.
Unfortunately, Scott Hall couldn't be there, reportedly because he was dealing with some personal issues and substance abuse problems.
Everybody knows my story was with drugs and stuff like that. I had come out of it. At that time, Scott had 2
still struggling with it. Sean's inducted. I really wanted to be there, but I wasn't in that good enough a place where I wanted to risk like to be around all my friends and outside, I backed out of it.
I thank you. Motion detected at the driveway.
And I love each and every one of you. But there is going to be a time where we're all going to be standing out there. And then, again, that's where this stuff gets to be real.
Thankfully, by 2014, Scott Hall had cleaned himself up and got his own invitation into the WWE Hall of Fame.
You can thank me for making
I'm from San Jose. I'm finna cut grade, dude.
I want to go. I'm kidding, brother. I do that. I heard that you gave back. You said there'll be another time. Yep. And here it is. And here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, Razor Ramon. I found myself super emotional when I got up there. That's why I was glad that I had chosen to only say a few words anyway, because I could hardly get those out. In my lifetime, I've learned.
I've been to 17 Hall of Fame, which is crazy to think of, and Scott Hall of Fame speech is probably my favorite Hall of Fame speech I've ever heard.
Hard work pays off. Dreams come true. Bad times don't last, but bad guys do. We were in the gorilla position when he was giving the speech, and when he dropped that line, the whole of the gorilla position. From our standpoint, we started out together, and that's just something when you share that in this line of work, it creates a bond that stands the test of time. I'm so incredibly thankful and appreciative that I've been able to have those moments.
Seeing how happy they were together. You're not human if you don't feel something watching that.
The number one part of Scott's life was his family. But the second biggest thing by far in his life was his business. It was what held him together, and it was who he was. And for all of us to be there together, I know how much it meant to him. Just to be able to stand on that stage one last time and be Razor Ramon. It was everything.
Scott Hall was really Razor Ramon just without the accent. You know what I mean? He was very, he was all of himself. And I remember when he passed, I wanted to tweet about him and just, talk about him a little. And all I could say was, there's never been anybody cooler.
Although this rivalry wasn't one that lasted years, it was very short, but it was so impactful.
And as short as the rivalry might have been, out of it came two matches that we're still talking about 30 years later.
Right. They gave you every reason in the world to care about them.
You have a ladder match coming up. You can go back and you watch WrestleMania 10, you watch Razor Ramon, you watch Shawn Michaels, and you steal, and you take ideas. I mean, 30 years ago, and people still talk about it, people still remember it.
Today, we do ridiculous stunts and ladder matches. And we do it because it's the only way for us to put on a match that can be special because they set the bar so high. To this day, I can watch them like that and learn something from watching those two go at it.
I'm sure there's a book somewhere that talks about the perfect way to tell a story. I would imagine if you were to compare that book and Scott and I's sort of story and or rivalry, it probably touches on all of those.
The Kane-Undertaker rivalry, it's the best story that WWE's ever told. The layers of the story out of the gate were so rich. Joker. With Undertaker, you have Kane. The characters are inextricably linked. Without Undertaker, there never would have been Kane.
What? See, those two go at it. It's like wanting to see your favorite horror movie.
They didn't even have to say anything to get you so invested into their characters.
You don't get much bigger than Undertaker and Kane in WWE history. They have done incredible things with stories, with their character evolving each other.
Crazy, crazy storytelling, and the matches kind of went right along with it.
When two legends collide, their rivalry stays pinned in our minds forever. This is where we break down the legendary stories behind the greatest rivalries of all time. I'm Freddie Prinze Jr. This is WWE Rivals. Undertaker, Kane, two of the very best. They both terrified me. And for me, wrestling has always been the purest definition of art. It's the literal blood, sweat, and tears of the artist on an actual canvas, which is the inside of the ring. And these two may have done it better than anyone. In some cases, they did more than blood, sweat, and tears. There was even burning flesh in one of their matches. When I say these names, what's the first thing that pops in your head?
Taker alone, I mean, I think probably the most iconic character. I remember, working with
Motion
him
detected at the driveway.
Every time you knocked him down, he sat right up. And first time you worked with him, it was just like being on the top of Everest without oxygen.
Look at a guy like Kane, look at a guy like Taker, you look at how many boxes they check off. And it's like, okay, I can't be satisfied with being able just to wear one hat. I got to be able to do it all if I want to get to that level.
I was very excited just by the name, Undertaker. I had no clue what it was. It wasn't until I got up to Stanford and saw the storyboards of Vince's vision of this character. And then I kind of realized, I just fell in love with it.
From Death Valley, I give you The Undertaker.
A man named Kane. This is when the story starts, because they introduced me as Kane the Undertaker. We ended up dropping the team. Little did we know in 1990 that was going to come back into play.
Motion detected at the driveway.
Those slow, methodical movements, the way he carried himself, the composure.
But let's just talk about athletic prowess here. This guy standing, walking on the top rope. Look at the power.
The Undertaker ruling the ring here.
Everything was by design and with so much self-restraint. Truly a work of art. And I can say for sure there's nobody that can pull off that character like Mark Calloway at all.
The time has come.
Motion detected at the doorbell. Motion detected at doorbell. Motion detected at doorbell.
Manage The Undertaker. And that character of The Undertaker was so special, you needed a complete package. You needed someone to speak for him. You needed someone to present him and to be with him all the time. And it was a match made.
Motion detected at the driveway.
Paul Bearer enhanced Undertaker by being able to verbalize what The Undertaker would think and or say and or feel.
People wouldn't even come up to me. They would come up to Paul Bearer, and they would actually say the words, "Is he really dead?" As crazy as that sounds, I didn't switch off from Mark Calloway to Undertaker. Even when I was in public, although I didn't wear the full Undertaker garb, my clothes were all black. Always had, black hats and black shades. I lived it.
Speaking of morbid, look at Paul Bearer. A little depressing around here.
Hey,
So I had to have something in my hands. And I thought about it and thought about it. So all of a sudden,
Motion detected at the doorbell. Motion detected at doorbell. Motion detected at doorbell.
Those little things just made that character so strong. Throwing lightning bolts, the fire, all that just added to this guy. He is the spawn of the devil. And it's amazing the input that I would get from people. And of all people, like the baby face of all baby faces, Ricky Steamboat. And he goes, you know what would be really cool? Like after you beat somebody, stuff them in a
Motion
body
detected
bag
at
and
the
carry them
driveway.
out. And I'm like, yeah.
On the one hand, it should have been cartoonish because it had this idea like he's a dead man who's out there wrestling, but he did it so well and it was so convincing that like, oh my gosh, this is cool creepy. He's actually my favorite WWE superstar before I got into WWE as a fan.
I'm in the live Raw with the Undertaker. The lights go down, the purple haze comes up, dong, dong, the lighters go everywhere. And I just remember thinking, oh my God, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen. And I'm sitting there just like a fan watching it. I'm in the ring waiting on him. And, you know, nobody's looking at me. The whole arena's looking at him. The Undertaker, ladies and gentlemen. People bought it. Everybody loved that guy.
one of the superstars right behind Paul Bearer, the giant Undertaker. You have to adapt with the times. You have to change. After 5 or 6 years, there was a feeling that maybe Paul Bearer was holding Undertaker back a little bit.
How can the Undertaker possibly understand what has happened here?
Motion detected at the backyard camera.
And for Taker to take the next step in the evolution of that character, we needed to hear from the Undertaker. We needed to hear from him more. And if you're going to hear from the Undertaker more, do you really need a manager with him?
Such treachery between Paul Bearer and the Undertaker.
We needed an opponent for the Undertaker. And looking at the roster, there was nobody that was a threat. There wasn't a monster that you could match up with the Undertaker. First man to ever commit murder was Kane. Killed his brother Abel. Simple story, everyone knows it. What if the Undertaker had a brother? No one knew this. His brother's name was Kane.
We're going to have to go back a few years. We're talking about a little funeral home.
Motion detected at the backyard camera.
Beautiful oak trees all around. And a wonderful, wonderful family-owned funeral home.
What if there was this horrible fire that Kane was inside the house? Maybe Undertaker set the damn thing. And his baby brother perished in the fire. So he thought. The one person that knew that his brother was alive and had been taking care of his brother this entire time was Paul Bearer.
So we told the story over a period of 6 months. Well, I kept insisting that Kane was alive.
Paul tells his side of the story. I took care of him. He was burned. He was maimed. He was left
Motion detected
dead,
at the driveway.
but I brought him to life. I showed him the love and the care that you as his blood never did. And now Paul had, in his mind, a reason to bring Cain back. And now he wants one thing: revenge.
He's coming! He's coming! Get him!
That unrelenting itch when moderate to severe eczema is uncontrolled despite topical treatment, relieve itch fast with clear skin that lasts. Nemluvio blocks the signaling from IL-31, a switch that triggers key symptoms of eczema. Do not take if allergic to Nemluvio. Serious reactions may occur, some severe. Tell your doctor about any medicines you take if you experience hives or plan to receive a live vaccine. The most common side effects are headache, joint pain, hives, and muscle aches. Ask about Nemluvio today.
You've got to try the softest sneaker ever. Hands-free, cozy fit Skechers slip-ins. Sneakers that are as soft and comfy as your favorite slippers. Just step in and go with no bending down or touching. Wrap your feet in hands-free, cozy fit Skechers slip-ins.
Don't know Domino's $9.99 best deal ever? Just pick your crust. Maybe hand pizza.
Gluten-free crust?
Gluten crispy too. Load on up to 7 toppings like bacon,
3 different types of cheeses.
green peppers, and get it all for under $10. Only at
Taxes is feeling unlucky. Now taxes is open door to new TurboTax stores. We are experts. They do your taxes, so you can walk out with confidence. Now this is taxes. It's a good day to make your neighbors jealous. Our best lineup is here. Lowe's.
Bacon! I hate bacon! Now bacon! Now bacon! Not falling for that again. Whoa! No time! It's meaty! It's tasty! It's bacon! Nom 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 nom. You love bacon!
Want the fastest working GLP-1 for half the price? Ro now offers FDA-approved weight loss injections cheaper, so you can see weight loss results faster. Lose 20% of your weight with the formula that hits not one, but 2 hormones for less hunger and faster results. Weight loss faster, confidence higher, price cheaper. See if you qualify at ro.co/TV.
Kalshi is available nationwide and lets you live trade against others on anything. Like sports, grocery prices,
2 hands now.
reality TV, even the weather. Trade on anything with Kalshi. Anybody who is struggling with alcohol should try Orel. Within a week, the cravings were completely gone. Orel is safe.
Motion
science
detected
backed,
at the
and it
driveway.
works. I couldn't believe how easy it was. Alcohol doesn't run my life anymore.
Text TV to 710-710 to learn more.
What makes Blue Chew Gold the best? Gold combines sildenafil for blood flow with tadalafil for long-lasting results. That's where other ED meds stop. Gold goes further. We added apomorphine to target arousal in the brain, then oxytocin for stronger connection and deeper intimacy. All this combines into one solution that dissolves under your tongue for super fast onset. If you want arousal plus performance, try Blue Chew Gold, the first 4-in-1 treatment for erectile function.
Managing money together has always been stressful.
We don't share bank accounts or credit cards, but with Monarch, we don't need to.
Everything's in one clear view, and we're finally on the same page.
Seeing the whole picture changed everything for us.
Start your free trial today at monarch.com.
Girlhood should be selfies and silly filters, not sex traffickers hitting you up on social.
Still here.
You still bidding?
Somebody play it once every 5 years.
We've seen a lot of John.
Don't take your money, never gets old. $1,200. $1,500.
New episode Saturday at 9. Only on A&E. Watch next day on the A&E app.
Who else is Undertaker going to wrestle? Who else can give him a legitimate fight at this point? He's literally fought everyone.
When I found out that I was going to be The Undertaker's brother, I realized that that was my big break.
I was extremely excited for Glenn. I knew this was going to be the one for him. The story was just so good. I saw a rendering, and initially I was like, man, this is not what I had in mind. I talked to Mark, and neither of us thought that this was what Kane would look like, because we thought that Kane would be kind of like a Jason Voorhees, or he's escaped from an institution, and would have that kind of look.
Motion detected at the doorbell.
Motion
detected at doorbell.
He's like, okay,
Motion
Kane
detected
takes a
at
lot of
doorbell.
pride in his appearance because he's jealous of The Undertaker. He wants to look like a superhero because he wants to be better than The Undertaker. And I was like, man, okay, you're really, really smart about this stuff. WWE had a ring set up in the warehouse in Stamford, Connecticut. So I went up there. Vince wanted Kane to be the anti-Undertaker. So it was a lot of his same moves. I was able to incorporate some of my own as well.
I even had to practice doing sit-ups. I couldn't do the sit-up quite like Undertaker.
Bad Blood is going to be the blow-off match between Shawn and I. 2 men enter, 1 man leaves.
The cell itself just came as an idea of wanting to have something bigger than just a regular cage match. We're just talking about trying to get some kind of cage that's different than the regular ones. Maybe it has a top. And then what the WWE always does is they just take something so small and then make it so much more grandiose.
This is not a good time to be Shawn Michaels. No, indeed not, as the official padlocking the chain.
We were in the midst of a great, great match and kind of finalizing our story.
Michaels is getting beat to a pulp by the Undertaker.
All eyes shifted to that. Forgot about the Kane thing.
There was just a number of things that fell into place that when you look back on it, it made it all perfect for that situation.
I have never seen anything like this in my life.
At one point, my thought was, man, I just hope I don't mess this match up because it was so good.
If you're not nervous, something's wrong.
You should be nervous. You should have that butterfly feeling in your stomach. And this was Kane's big chance.
Just when you think, you know, we've done everything we could, beat the living crap out of Shawn, and all I got to do is cover him.
Oh my God! It's all over!
Boom.
The lights went out and the band,
Motion
the music
detected
hit.
at the
The
driveway.
crowd had no idea what was going on. You could hear a pin drop. There's like 15,000 people in the arena there in St. Louis, and they weren't making any noise. They're like, was this a mess up? Did they lose power? What happened?
Oh my God! Wait a minute! It's Paul Bear! It's Paul Bear!
And there's this giant roar, and I'm actually getting goosebumps talking about it. And the audience realized, oh, that's the guy there's talking about it.
That's gotta be Kane! That's gotta be Kane! To the size of this human being! Or it's not a human being! Oh my God! He just ripped the door off its hinges!
The Undertaker's in a cage, and Kane comes out, and he physically rips the door off of the cage. And it looks so legit, and they constantly built these two monsters. And you can't say monsters that much in WWE.
Motion
They've been
detected
so
at the
few
driveway.
that have been able to accomplish what both of these guys accomplished.
That's gotta be Kane! The Undertaker! Looking at him! Look into the eyes of that giant who stands in front of him!
That's the thing about them, though, is that they don't have to do very much. And you can do just a little bit that you do in that ring, and they capture it just by staring.
There's Kane, and he stands there, and then I think it's probably one of my best reactions ever. Because you can see a guy that doesn't sell anything, that doesn't, you know, you can cut his arm off and he's not going to wince. But you can see it in my eyes. You would never see that kind of a confused, almost fear-like look in my eyes. It was, holy crap. This is my brother that I thought was dead. And it was just so powerful of a moment.
Motion detected at the driveway.
And customer service. If someone cuts you off, press 1. If someone cut in line, press 2. If someone said, please remain calm. And if someone said, please also remain calm. Because whether it's on the road or at the register, we're here to help.
I got that on video, yeah!
Procore's new episodes Tuesday at 9, followed by new customer awards at 10, only on A&E. Watch next day on the A&E app.
At this very moment, children at St. Jude Children's Research Hospital are fighting to survive. With a gift right now, you can join the battle to save lives.
Without St. Jude, I don't know where we would be. they have given children with cancer, like my Winston, a chance. She has neuroblastoma, and it has spread to her liver. Try to enjoy every minute with her because I do not know when would be my last moments with her.
When you support St. Jude and give $19 a month, you can help make cures possible for kids with cancer. St. Jude provides customized care for some of the world's sickest children. Please call, go online, or scan the QR code
Motion
right now.
detected at the doorbell.
Together,
Motion detected at doorbell.
Just that feeling that was like so hard on your heart that it's not gonna flip. I love you. Every day now, it's like a gift.
1 in 5 children diagnosed with cancer in the U.S. will not survive. You can make a difference. Please become a St. Jude Partner in Hope right now.
Todos pueden donate. It's more than a gift for me. It's more than a blessing. They have done so much for me.
Join with your credit or debit card for only $19 a month, and we'll send you
Motion
this
detected
St.
at the
Jude
driveway.
t-shirt you can proudly wear to show your support. Thanks to generous donors like you, families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live.
It just means so much to have this place to help take care of my son.
All these children
Motion
don't
detected at the
deserve
doorbell.
to live. You're
Motion
contributing
detected at
one
doorbell.
more piece of the puzzle to curing this horrible disease. And I would love for it to be the day where no other family has to fear losing their child to cancer. You've given us hope.
Please don't wait until the last minute. Your continued support gives hope to many St. Jude families. Make your donation now to help St. Jude save lives.
Reaching your financial goals can feel impossible. Credit Karma gives you personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more, so you can find your way to money. Intuit Credit Karma, karma you can count on.
It was the first time you ever saw, and I don't want to say fear, and for the first time you see some type of humanity in The Undertaker, and you're not sure
Motion
what it is,
detected
but
at
it's
the
something
driveway.
you've never seen before. And it meant something, because I was about to say that, because you never, he saved it for the perfect foil.
It was just magic, and you could feel it from the very start. And of course, Undertaker, he would come out and raise the lights by throwing his hands up. So Kane threw his hands down, and then blew all 4 pyros off of the post, and then it's hellfire and brimstone that he's bringing. So you have the good and the evil, and it was just all of it just worked so well. It was the first time I had that feeling of, man, that was it. It was almost like, wow, you just hit a home run in the World Series, right? And you're going, so that's what that feels like. I never felt that way in my wrestling career up until that point.
The Undertaker driven down to the canvas. And listen to this response.
To pay it off with Kane and how huge he was, how ominous he looked, it was just magic.
Shawn Michaels has defeated The Undertaker. No, wait a minute. Kane has defeated The Undertaker.
The emotions of that night was just, for the first time, I actually felt like I was a WWE superstar. It was just so rich. There were so many levels to this story. Well, I will never fight my own flesh and blood. I will never fight Kane. Now you've got somebody that's eye to eye with the Undertaker, even bigger than the Undertaker, and everything initially just was perfect.
We are going to take each wrestler You go out there and you're destroying everybody in the roster. No, and you're going to have Undertaker there at the end of the journey. You realize it's going to be a big deal.
How much more of this will The Undertaker take?
Kane was almost to a T just like him, and he wore a mask, so it's even more mysterious. And he's like a super jacked human being, like it's scary. But to see those two face off, just looking at each other, same height, same everything, it was a match that I couldn't wait to see.
The Undertaker's walking away in the thought that he will never, ever fight his brother Kane.
You can't relate to the fact that The Undertaker's a dead man and he's out there physically dominant. You can't relate to the fact that Kane is basically insane from years of being locked away and somehow controls fire. But what you can relate to is their brothers that have a sibling rivalry that's gone on and has festered for many, many years. That's just the stuff of great stories. And I think it helped people relate to these characters that otherwise would have been unbelievable and just completely over the top and out of the realm of any sort of human possibility. Shawn Michaels and Undertaker, casket match at the Royal Rumble. World thought that Kane was in Undertaker's corner, and then it just completely pulled the rug out from under him.
Motion detected at the driveway.
Well, this is hideous.
I already knew that we were going to go to WrestleMania. But for the most part, the storyline had been that Undertaker was avoiding Kane because he didn't want to hurt him. He was his little brother, right? And Kane had finally provoked him to the point the Undertaker's hot.
WrestleMania 14, I will strike down upon thee with anger and furious vengeance. To me, one of the greatest characters, if not the greatest character WWE has ever invented. And now Kane has to come out and match that and be equal to Undertaker. There's no one that could have done that except Glenn Jacobs. It's WrestleMania 14! I went with a bunch of my high school buddies, and we were huge fans then, and we didn't have good seats at all. Our backs were literally up against the wall, like way, way in the back. I remember Kane would come out in the fire. You could feel the heat all the way up in the back. You literally felt the heat almost like you were going to get burned. It was so incredibly hot. Watching the culmination of that feud, them finally getting to touch.
Motion detected at the doorbell. Motion detected at doorbell. Motion detected at doorbell.
WrestleMania is where Undertaker is going to set his little brother straight. It's about time because Kane put it to me pretty good.
Two 7-foot monsters. What a hellacious matchup this is going to be.
This is the first time that Undertaker and Kane had really fought. I mean, there had been some skirmishes along the way, but for the most part, this is not written in stone. The Undertaker's going to this match and win.
The Undertaker is being destroyed by his own brother.
Get tax expertise without legal fees. Switch to a TurboTax expert for $150. All tax situations, all returns, $150 all in. No surprises. Now this is taxes.
We're heading to the beach for another Twisted Tea drop. We're surprising real Twisted Tea fans who love their smooth
refreshing taste of Twisted Tea RST. Real brewed tea with 5% alcohol. Keep it twisted.
Kalshi is available nationwide and lets you live trade against others on anything. Life sports. Grocery prices.
2 hands now.
Reality TV. Even the weather. Ow. Trade on anything with Kalshi.
I'm a little nervous, but action. I consolidated my debt with SoFi, and this is Ask Members Anything. How much debt did you have? A lot. About $45,000. Your new rate better than the old? Yes. My rate dropped significantly, which helped lower my monthly payments.
Consolidate costly and high-interest credit card debt with rates as low as 8.74% APR. You could save big and pay down debt sooner. SoFi. Get your money right.
Bacon! Bacon! I need bacon! Now bacon! Now bacon! Not falling for that again. Whoa! No time! It's meaty. It's tasty. It's bacon! Nom 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 nom. I love you. Oh, bacon. I love you. Oh, bacon.
I got my glow back with a body wash. Olay Super Serum has 5+ powerful ingredients that shower my skin in luminosity after just one use. And lock in that luminous look with Super Serum Body Lotion. Love the skin you're in. Olay Super Serum Body Wash and Lotion.
It won't be hard to find someone to fix this. But before I started Angie's List, different story. A lot has changed for us at Angie since then, but the issues facing homeowners are the same. And the solution too, skilled local pros.
Angie, the one you trust, find the ones you trust.
Any pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 is Domino's best deal ever. Translation for basketball fans, it's like the GOAT of pizza deals.
Motion
It's like
detected
down
at the
baseline,
doorbell.
through traffic, 360, double clutch reverse,
Motion
slam.
detected at
Do I need to go
doorbell.
on?
Guys, I'm on the road, and I've lost 45 pounds. In fact, I've lost everything but my big mouth. Losing weight on road is simpler. Even a dummy like me can't mess that up. Stats are looking good on the road. Even my legendary golf swing is leveling up. I'm Charles Barkley, and this is me on the road. Wait, you're telling me to have a GLP-1 pill for weight loss now?
I got 2 words for you. Loyalty program. Snag this hotel for $250 a night. You didn't check Trivago? I got it for $155. Yo, Benny, Scott didn't check Trivago. Oh, you have to check Trivago. Look, on Trivago, you can compare prices from multiple different sites and loyalty programs and prices from hotel websites. Same hotel, $100 less. 2 words. Check Trivago. Benny, check Trivago to compare prices and save up to 40%. Hotel, Trivago.
Training, trust, teamwork. Oh, boy. That's what it takes to be fast, focused, and fearless. The most intense high-stakes canine encounters ever captured on camera.
Motion detected at the doorbell. Motion detected at doorbell.
I'm Jim Belushi. Join me for Canine PD.
New episodes Wednesday at 9 on a crime and investigation on A&E. Watch next day on the A&E app.
Kane added so much to Undertaker's career. And understand also, these are the 2 most liked guys in the history of the business. You know, we're sitting back there at WrestleMania 14. I tagged with Glenn Jacobs in Europe before we both made the WWE. I'm sitting there just wanting him to do well. You know, everybody is. We're rooting for these guys. You know, they knock it out of the park. We're ecstatic about it. We've got something that's going to draw for a long time.
His brother has waited a lifetime for revenge. Look at this. The Undertaker fighting back.
There I am at WrestleMania, and it was the climax of the original storyline between Undertaker and Kane. And I'd never been in that situation before.
Motion detected at the doorbell. Motion detected at doorbell.
My tombstone, no one could ever take that out of.
The Undertaker on Tombstone. Landing. What? Nobody's ever done that.
Not only did he kick out of it once,
Hell, this has got to be it. Kane kicked out. Undertaker's trying to kill his own brother.
he kicked out of it twice. People were astonished.
This would be the 3rd Tombstone. And will this be enough? My God, what will it take if it's not? Yes, The Undertaker has won this match.
Mark Calloway's one of those people that understands in the wrestling business in WWE the importance of your opponent. And if you go out there and you have a match with someone that doesn't look like they should be in the ring with you, you haven't beaten anyone. And I was impressed because he treated me like an equal.
A heated rivalry between two brothers with a fiery past.
Well, I've seen The Undertaker versus his most capable rival. I've seen the dead man against his own brother. Don't we need to ramp it up? I mean, isn't the sequel to every movie, this time it's personal? What's more personal than trying to set your own brother on fire? And isn't that what the story was about? Let's do an Inferno match.
Person who set his opponent on fire will win this match.
It takes these two guys that are 6'10" and 300 pounds to get these great characters. They're larger than life. You add fire? Doesn't get any better than that.
Look at this. Look at this. Oh my gosh. This is amazing.
Initially, you're like, okay, somebody's lost their freaking mind.
This is hell on earth.
It was pretty hairy in there, man. What most people would realize is that all those flames going up is just sucking all the oxygen out of the ring.
Why? Like fire. And we all eventually get burned.
He's on fire. The Undertaker has done it.
The Attitude Era. I think it was not only the most unique time in WWE, but really in entertainment. I mean, we were not only top of the wrestling world, I mean, we were on top of the entertainment world. When you look at characters and individuals who have very successful long careers in WWE, they've been able to reinvent themselves. Undertaker's a great example of that. As great as the Undertaker character is, there were a lot of parameters, a lot of things that I couldn't do because of the character. I think the character would have survived, but I don't think it would have continued to grow if I hadn't moved away from the traditional Undertaker.
I got it. It's the Undertaker. What? The Undertaker is whooping ass.
The American Badass kind of, it freed me up. I was able to keep a few of the nuances of the old character, but I was able to move it into the mainstream.
Here comes the real American Badass. The Undertaker.
It was good for me because it allowed me to work differently for a while, to think creatively in a different sense.
Undertaker and Kane. They are together on the same page.
Instead of remaining enemies, we get the most powerful tag team that's ever existed. I mean, their name is literally the Brothers of Destruction.
When they decided to start tag teaming together as the Brothers of Destruction, when you see two guys that cool coming down to the ring and nobody can really affect them as the Brothers of Destruction, yeah, you fear the hell out of them, but it's so cool, you respect the hell out of them.
The Brothers of Destruction was really the logical conclusion or logical destination of the journey that we've been on.
The brothers side by side. Oh my gosh. Double choke slam. Undertaker and Kane. The Brothers of Destruction.
WWE audience had always wanted us to get together, and you could tell it. They were dominant individual characters, so they'd be more dominant as a tag team.
These brothers united. And by God, when they're together, hell has no fury like these two.
Oh my gosh, when the Brothers of Destruction came about, it was like, who's going to beat these guys? Nobody.
Figure nothing out. Choke slam. The Brothers of Destruction.
No one can touch Kane and Undertaker. Are you kidding me? We're going to set up the Hardy Boys or Edge and Christian or Dudley's? No. The Brothers of Destruction. They're going to take out every single tag team there is to take out. And they did.
Is there anyone that can stand up to the Brothers of Destruction?
Not in this galaxy.
In the locker room and enjoying the camaraderie of other people that do what you do. We're a very unique group. I don't know if I necessarily ever had time to stop and think, wow, this is really special. I wish I could have. I wish I would have had time to savor it more. But that's just the nature of the beast. And man, it was so cool because I know that I got to really help Glenn come along to his own and help make him what he would turn into, which is on him because he worked his tail off. It was fun to add evolution to Kane because you realize at some point that the silent guy in the mask can only go so far. While the mask, of course, is an amazing tool in that it provides this mystique and makes the character very unique, there's also some shortcomings. People can't see your face and they don't know quite what the emotions are, and there's only so much you can do before it gets old. So I thought the character had gotten stale. I remember him taking off his mask for the first time. It was like, oh my gosh, like everyone wanted to see that. I don't care if you were a wrestling fan or not, you knew who Kane was, and you wanted to be watching Monday Night Raw because you wanted to see what was going to happen.
Always speculated. Here it comes! And I don't know if we want to see that. Yeah, I do want to see it. Oh my God. What the hell is that? Is that a human?
Real people, real stories.
That's where it got really scary.
It's so mysterious. It needs its own channel. Ghost Stories, available 24/7, only on Samsung TV Plus.
Yeah, that kind of power. Our best lineup is here. Lowe's.
I'm Sarah Bowles. Yeah, I'm pretty cool. A reliable network is key for
Motion
us.
detected at the
T-Mobile
backyard
has
camera.
been wonderful. And going to the 55 plus plan saved us so much money. Oh, internet's been perfect. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like,
Motion detected at the driveway.
customers 55 and up. Right now, get 2 phone lines on America's best network. Plus, America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
The key to a happy marriage, hiring regular housekeepers. With HomeGlow, you can book your first clean for just $19. Book trusted local cleaners online in minutes. No big rooms, just clean. So book your first clean for $19 today.
Don't know Domino's $9.99 best deal ever? Just pick your crust. Maybe hand pizza.
Motion detected at the doorbell.
Up to 7 toppings like bacon,
Motion detected at doorbell.
and get it all for under $10. Only at
You want to file free?
Ever since I started wearing hands-free glides,
Motion
them
detected
Skechers
at the
Sleep-ins,
driveway.
my other shoes are useless. With Skechers Sleep-ins, I just step in and they're on. Try Skechers Sleep-ins. Watching my mom struggle with recurring UTIs held us both back.
Then she found Eucora.
Eucora offers UTI relief and science-backed supplements for proactive urinary health.
Life's too short to be put on hold by UTIs.
Join us at eucora.com.
I have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, but thanks to Skyrizi and clearer skin, I'm all in. Most
Motion
people saw
detected at the
90% clearer
backyard
skin
camera.
from head to toe. Skyrizi is only 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight that may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Nothing on my skin means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. The way that Monarch visualizes money, it's miles ahead of what I had before. It connects every account I have and shows me the full picture. From daily spending, investments, or net worth, Monarch gives me real control over my finances. Start your free trial at monarch.com.
I wanted
Motion
to have
detected
control
at the
over drinking
driveway.
instead of alcohol having control over me. I started with Core Health about a year ago. It put the brakes on that I had been looking for. I can drink less and say no, and it's the best feeling in the world.
Text TV to 710-710 to learn more. This is Blue Chew Gold, the ultimate 4-in-1 formula. Built for strength where it counts. With sildenafil for power, tadalafil for endurance.
Motion detected at the backyard camera.
So we added apomorphine, smart desire, and oxytocin for deeper connection.
not just harder, but closer. Blue Chew Gold. Take action, get action.
We've always speculated. Here it comes! And I don't know, we want to see that. Yeah, I do want to
Motion
see it.
detected at the doorbell.
Motion
detected at doorbell. Motion detected at doorbell.
This Kane is actually the scariest of them all because he is a psychological monster. You know, you find out that the scars that he's covering up, they're actually on the inside. They're not on the outside. That made the character much more alluring to me because as much as the original Kane was about psychology, this one even more so. Tonight, I will once again feast on fear and suffering.
Kane is no doubt a living, breathing monster.
Sadistic, twisted, mean. There is nothing that can stop me.
He was smart enough to reinvent his character when he needed to, and it didn't matter in which direction I went, which direction Kane went. We did not touch each other for a year, and still, boom, just like that, you put those two back together, and people were just like, oh yeah. Now I'm going back to the more traditional, but now I'm bringing a lot of the American Badass wrestling style with it and trying to make it all work within the capsule of the traditional Undertaker. It was what's old is now new again, but there's more substance now to what you get in the ring. That just breathed new life in both of us because even though they had the same history, the characters were different than the first time they met. And if that made it really alluring and different, it wasn't just a rehash, it was literally something.
Motion detected at the doorbell.
It was exciting.
Motion
Lord knows
detected at
Kane
doorbell.
deserved what he got at WrestleMania 20. But he kind of went too far, and Big Brother had to put Little Brother back in his place. It's the story that's important. You know, we're sitting here talking about the rivalry of Taker and Kane and how they were able to do that for so long. We don't talk about the win-loss percentage. Taker won, I think, 75% of the matches. Kane won 25. Like, by the numbers, you would think that you would lose interest. But you were still interested and you wanted to see it every single time because of their ability to be able to tell that story.
With Undertaker and Kane, it hit close to home with a lot of fans because brothers aren't always going to get along. They're going to have fights and quarrels, and they're going to have mountains and valleys, and I think people relate to that.
When you're with anybody, 300 plus days a year, you become family whether you like it or not. And they legitimately are like brothers.
Motion detected at the driveway.
And it's actually funny, so many people in our extended family thought they were brothers. Like at our wedding, they're like,
Such a good person. You don't see on the TV, right? You have no idea. You have to be able to trust the character. Lead you up to business in a grand way. And he always wanted Kane to be Kane has defeated his brother.
We were two guys. We'd have a legendary feud. You don't know how in God's name you can possibly up the ante. It's like, I'm buried alive.
Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is the Buried Alive match. And the only way to win this match, put your opponent inside the grave, covering his body completely with dirt, burying him alive.
He's Undertaker. He buries the opposition. It's not just a period at the end of the sentence, it's an exclamation point.
And for Kane, an opportunity to bury the years of frustration of living in his brother's shadow. And Undertaker wasting little time starting this matchup.
do something special.
That is big Taker. Kane goes for a choke slam here to the Undertaker. And he delivers. Yes, Kane almost carried the Undertaker with ease. Kane is completely dominated in front of the Undertaker.
He had never really beaten me in any big pay-per-view. If he was going to be a legitimate champion, he had to beat his brother.
The saga is over. My brother is never coming back.
Best gift ever.
I hope he didn't break the bank.
Your boy here's doing just fine. His Empower investment accounts are designed for the long haul. And nothing says I love you like a Aqua Cruiser Golf Green Deluxe.
Man, I want one.
Get good at money so you can be a little bad and power.
My little girl loves wearing princess dresses almost every day. Irma has high-risk neuroblastoma. It was really hard to see our sunny, bright little girl hurting. St. Jude touches the lives of so many kids. And so even though her prognosis is still scary, we have a lot of hope.
Every minute matters for the children at St. Jude. They need your help. Please call, go online, or scan the QR code right now and give $19 a month to make a difference.
All you're getting at cancer, just the stress and just the worry. It was definitely the hardest part. And seeing my wife's heart broken.
He was a healthy little boy running around, out playing all the time. Childhood cancer is absolutely crushing. Hope is coming in these walls every day as he fights the battle of his life. The search for cures must continue. Join with your credit or debit card for only $19 a month, and we'll send you this St. Jude t-shirt you can proudly wear to show your support.
The donations and the research is saving our daughter's life. St. Jude, they lift you and carry you on the days that you need.
They give us lots of love and they make me like I have two homes kind of, St. Jude and my home.
You can make a difference. Become a partner in hope today. Please donate now. Texas is feeling unlucky. Now Texas has opened doors to new TurboTax stores. Meet our experts. They do your taxes so you can walk out with confidence. Now this is Texas.
If you feel held back by the weight of financial decisions, we can give you the tools to help you break free. Credit Karma gives you personalized guidance to improve your credit, savings, taxes, and more, so you can find your way to money. It's with Credit Karma. Karma you can count on.
Who's homeless in this case? Is there a system? She said, body.
What? And then he said, devour me. I needed cheese it, Daddy.
Ladies, you have a menu. One, eight, Cheez-It.
1050 roll over, 1050 roll over. We just got a report of a stabbing.
Good. You understand how bad this could work?
Well, I can smell marijuana in the vehicle.
So what? It's Texas.
Southern Law. New episode Wednesday at 10. Heard Crime and Investigation. Only on A&E. Watch next day on the A&E app.
Big news, guys. Quack Pack, get ready. War Duck. War Dynasty. Bingo. War Robertsons are on the way. Welcome to the field days.
Oh, as Phil would say, everybody happy, happy, happy now.
Duck Dynasty The Revival. New episode Saturday at 10. Only on A&E.
Mark and I did often talk in our later years about retirement, and it is difficult because you're used to a certain lifestyle where you're in the spotlight all the time.
And so I know it's such a big thing. What happened since I was young? Thank you, man. I appreciate that.
People, after a while, are like, man, I want the old Undertaker back. I want the old Kane back. And so that nostalgia kicked in. Through the course of 20 years, it's just like you go right back to it.
that's special because there's so much content and there's so many different characters and there's so many different people that come and they go, but those are two constants. And that story of those two guys together, I would say that as far as storytelling, I don't think it'll ever be matched.
You know, when you look at rivalries, like the earliest in my childhood was the Ali Frazier. And, you know, like nobody ever saw Ali get beat. And you watch that and, you almost take it the same way as you always knew on any given night, it could be Kane's night.
They say no one's bigger than the business, but every once in a while there's someone that's so special. A Tiger Woods was bigger than golf. There have been football players bigger than the game. There have been boxers, Muhammad Ali, bigger than boxing. And then there's Undertaker and Kane.
Being inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame is the greatest honor of my career. Of course, I would be remiss if on behalf of Kane, I didn't thank his WWE family. Kane's daddy, Paul Bearer, and his brother, The Undertaker. Mark Calloway was always a huge advocate of mine. He saw value in me as a performer. He was the person that really motivated me to believe myself and get myself where I needed to be. And that's really just a testament to him in that your real legacy, maybe in some cases, is the opponents that you helped create.
Hey, go ahead. Is that the one? That's the one right there, man.
You think about it. Where would Batman be without Joker? But where would Joker be without Batman, too?
Thank goodness it worked in Mania, man. That was a hell of a match I had. We wrestled in Boston the first time. Yeah. Which one? The one on the left, far left. Man, some things just never change. Never.
Those opposites actually come together and make the whole.
Thank you. Thank you, buddy. Love you, man. Thanks. All those years ago, when I decided that wrestling was what I wanted to do, did I ever imagine that there would be a Hall of Fame and that I would be inducted into it? I wouldn't be where I am today without all the people, not only that helped me in the ring, but outside of it. Big K, our story stretches over 2 decades as the Brothers of Destruction. The greatest wrestling story ever told.
It's so much more than just two guys in a wrestling ring. It was these things that all of us could relate to. It's one of those things like every once in a while a high school drama teacher 50 years from now is going to show their kids the compilation of Kane versus Undertaker, and they're going to talk about the elements that made that storyline so successful.
I think those stories will have to be passed down to where kids 20 years from now, my dad used to tell me about, Kane and the Undertaker and what they used to do, to be so enthralled and so interested in that rivalry. That'll be truly an honor.
So Warrior Man here.
Champion against champion, title for title.
Hulk Hogan, you have a long-running reputation for being a liar and a fraud and a phony.
The rivalry behind the scenes was huge.
Hogan wanted to be the world champion every day of the rest of his life.
I was on fire at the time and didn't see myself.
I never had any doubts that I could be one of the best in the business.
It was pretty clear Ultimate Warrior was no Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, I know. It took all I can tell.
I am coming to end your career. I don't know how much more personal it can get.
When two legends collide, the rivalry stays pinned in our minds forever. This is where we break down the legendary stories behind the greatest rivalries of all time. I'm Gabriel Iglesias, and this is
WWE Rivals.
Eye to eye right here, face to face.
Today, we're going to be discussing the rivalry between the immortal Hulk Hogan and
The Ultimate Warrior.
it's the late 80s. Hulk Hogan is at the top of his game. He's been the king of the mountain forever. And here comes this man named Ultimate Warrior.
He'd run down to the ring as fast as he could, and he would just shake the ropes, and he looked like a real-life superhero.
He was gigantic. I remember me and all my friends like going like, whoa. As far as the rivalry goes, that's one of my favorite things I ever got to see as a kid. And a lot of times you'll hear people like, oh, I was a Hogan guy, I was a Warrior guy. I was not either. It didn't matter. You know, we talked a lot about Hogan on these shows. You know, he went from the Giant to Savage, then to the Warrior. I mean, that is as divergent a group as you could possibly get. And Hogan made it all look real. Hogan was the one steering the ship.
From Venice Beach, California, the heavyweight champion, Hulk Hogan.
Motion detected at the driveway.
Whenever you're in front of an audience, you gotta make them believe. The moment I go through the curtains, I believe in Hulk Hogan.
Whatever Hulkamania was, it was such an easy thing for kids my age to just find such joy in. The right thing at the right time.
The training affairs of the diamonds, plus the 24th Lambos.
24
Let me
inches.
see that.
Times all those Hulkamaniacs equals victory.
Hulk Hogan was by far the single biggest star and box office attraction in the world of professional wrestling.
That's what you think.
If you're going to compete with somebody for the number one spot, by design, you have to think, here's why I'm better than that person.
Well, it's the nature of the beast. If you don't have a leader, and you don't have people nipping at his heels, trying to take the spot, well, then there's not that energy.
In the 1980s, the WWE was becoming the dominant force in professional wrestling. But you have to remember there were other territories and promotions trying to find their own next big thing.
From Queens, New York, 287 pounds, the Dingo Warrior. Working out. Good push-ups for the grappler.
In Texas, there's the Dingo Warrior.
He's down, looking set.
His real name is Jim Hellwig.
It is a victory for the Dingo Warrior.
Jim Hellwig was a kid who grew up dirt poor in a trailer in Indiana, whose father left him 11. Who was there to teach him to be a man? Then Jim Hellwig goes to a gym in order to build up his body, have more self-esteem, learn how to be a man.
I knew that it would serve me well to make my body different from everybody else. Like a comic book character who just walked off the pages.
WWE in 1987 was not ready for Warrior. We're smack dab in the middle of the Hulkamania era, but we're also a few years into it now.
Green Bay, Wisconsin, they came up to me and said, you're going to go on TV tonight.
Ultimate Warrior making his debut here. Take a look at that body.
When I went to WWE, I got to make this turn into something. If it doesn't, I don't want to be a guy who just works on the card every night. And that's how it all started. And it just took off from there. When I first saw the Ultimate Warrior gimmick, I thought it was brilliant. His colors were brighter than mine, which made me jealous. The character got people up out of their seats.
Take a look at him. Is he on fire or what?
You know, the music, the run to the ring, the interviews that nobody could understand.
I saw the battle scars. I saw the scars that run so deep that only a man, the Ultimate Warrior, knows about.
And a lot of the wrestlers were going, what's he talking about? Is he crazy?
Underneath his face, there's many different colors. Underneath him, a personality. You're going to see all of them.
He had a body that was just chiseled out of stone. They could have put his stomach on Mount Rushmore. Fans loved his his energy. He was electric.
How are you going to stop this guy? What kid doesn't want to be that? What kid doesn't want to paint his face and look like that and scream and yell and just demolish people? Hulk Hogan had been on top for years. And at some point, he had to be replaced. Because Vince wants to get out of the Hulk Hogan business while it's at its hottest, not when it's on decline.
This contest is for the Intercontinental Championship.
The Intercontinental Championship was a title just below the World Heavyweight Championship. So it was not Hulk Hogan's title, but it was a very important title that sort of indicated who the next big superstar was.
That's familiar music, brother. They've exploded here in the garden. I don't see anybody yet. Oh, Tycho. It's the Ultimate Warrior. One man sprawled into the camp. This place has gone bananas.
And that's what they've been looking for the Warrior to take that next step.
Ultimate Warrior exploding here on the Honky Tonk Man. Get up before he tackles.
Even as a kid watching, this guy is heading towards the top of the mountain.
Right now, Gorilla Monster. Right now, brother, we can get new champion. Here, Triple H hooks the leg. History has been made here.
I never had any doubts that by that point that I could be one of the best in the business.
The new Intercontinental Champion, the Ultimate Warrior.
The speed of Ultimate Warrior getting over is pretty unprecedented. They knew what they had with the Ultimate Warrior, and they knew they needed to get him to that next level.
The Royal Rumble is this pivotal event for the WWE. It's this chaos, this mass of bodies in the ring. That moment is the beginning of the rivalry between Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior.
Vince wanting this as main event, whether he actually wanted this guy to replace Ultimate. And nobody had him prepared for that.
Moderate to severe eczema with that unbearable itch. When it's uncontrolled despite topical treatment, relieve itch fast with clearer skin that lasts. Nemluvio blocks the signaling from IL-31, a switch that triggers key symptoms of eczema. Do not take if allergic to Nemluvio. Serious reactions may occur, some severe. Tell your doctor about any medicines you take if you experience hives or plan to receive a live vaccine. The most common side effects are headache, joint pain, hives, and muscle aches. Ask about Nemluvio today.
We both love Rakuten. Love it. When you shop online, you just press that activate button and you're saving money. You earn cash back at thousands of stores. And if you use it every time you shop, it really starts to add up. I earned $254 last year. Did you know that you can stack cash back on top of sales? I mean, you save on beauty, clothes, home decor, pet stuff, electronics.
And all I have to do is get the free app and shop.
This Rakuten thing is real. Real, girl. Yeah. Doing today for free.
Trying to predict the future is a hazardous occupation. The only thing we can be sure of is that it will be absolutely fantastic. I'm thinking of the incredible breakthrough in the communications satellite. These things will make possible a world in which we can be in instant contact with each other wherever we may be. When that time comes, the whole world will have shrunk to a point.
It's a good day to make your neighbors jealous. Our best lineup is here. Lowe's.
For an animal to clinical enamel strength can help us to keep our enamel for a lifetime. It's backed by science. It is clinically proven to strengthen our teeth. I would recommend this toothpaste to everybody. It's really an amazing product.
A Chewy pharmacy order is on the way for Homer, the homebody who only goes outside when nature calls. So Mom uses Chewy to get his flea and tick meds at a great price, delivered fast, right to their door. For quality meds, for life with pets, there's Chewy.
When you're bringing your team together to connect and refocus, 4imprint helps your brand look polished, unified, and ready for what's next. For personal service, design, expertise, and unmatched quality, visit 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain. Why do I have to wait for payday? I should have access to my money when I want. With Chime, I get paid when I say, and I can overdraft fee-free. Fine, I'm in control of my money. Join the millions of members like us, banking fee-free at Chime.
The perfect snack box is everything. So customize your box. Sweet and salty your box. Protein pack your box. Movie night perfect your box. Build your own incredible snack box at nuts.com and get 20% off plus free shipping.
We're gathered here today to join Ben and Zoe in holy matrimony. Do you both recognize the importance of having life insurance, like the Gerber Life Insurance Family Plan, to financially protect each other in case something unpredictable happens? Unpredictable? And if you have kids, you can easily cover them on the same policy. Ben, Zoe, do you promise to apply online before the reception even begins?
We do. Good answer. Gerber Life's family plan. Get a free quote today at gerberlife.com.
These the ones, right, Mama?
Yeah. Brown lane.
Sweet potatoes.
Daddy, so cheap.
Some things come with age.
And some don't. Early detection of Alzheimer's could lead to better care for your loved one.
Training, trust, teamwork. Ahoy! That's what it takes to be fast, focused, and fearless. 4 legs, 1 mission. Locate, apprehend, protect. I'm Jim Belushi. Join me for K9 PD.
New episodes Wednesday at 9. Part of Crime and Investigation on A&E. Watch next day on the A&E app.
Officers down. He missed a clothesline. Clothesline each other.
The Royal Rumble, Hogan versus the Ultimate Warrior. You wouldn't think you'd see them together.
I remember being a kid watching this going, okay, what's going to happen? But you never thought that him and Hogan would face because they were both baby faces, and at the time, that didn't happen.
Hogan had a lot of longevity, and he'd been there a minute, and he had kind of, I wouldn't say run his course, but on paper, Warrior feels like the shiny new toy. He would be a great replacement for Hogan.
It was an easy sell that this young lion is going to take over the old lion if I'm not on my game. It was a no-brainer to put us together.
There's an unbeatable tag team that's been formed. Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior.
Sometimes with an amazing rivalry, you end up getting, you know, an amazing tag team out of it.
When the 2 strongest forces were on opposite sides of the fence, we almost tore the building down. Now the 2 strongest forces are teamed up as one. That common bond is stronger than anything. And Genius comes up and down. A Warrior tag mile holds to the wire, knocking part of the outer ring. Hulk Hogan drops the bottom. Hulk Hogan covered the Genius 2, 3
Everyone in the industry was in awe because the writing was on the wall. WWE was going to go all the way with the Ultimate Warrior. I think even Hogan knew.
Motion
And
detected
across
at the
your
driveway.
mind, oh my God, are these guys going to square off? There's always a hero and a villain. It just, you didn't get 2 heroes at the top of their game going toe to toe ever. And so it was such a unique experience, and it forced you to pick sides.
I mean, I was on fire at the time. And this is, I really don't think you have any more. I think they're in, they start to get a little point. So at that point, I knew every dog has his day.
Here I was out there on the road really getting over it.
He explodes into an arena and sends his warriors into a supercharged frenzy.
Hulk is here, and,
Please welcome the man known as the Ultimate Warrior.
Hogan has been the greatest champion there has ever been. But I have not yet been.
The rivalry behind the scenes was huge. No torch gets passed easily in this industry.
Motion detected at the driveway.
It can get heated quickly and it can get ugly quickly, and it took on a life of its own.
On April 1st, WrestleMania. At this time, I am happy to announce the main event, in which champion Hulk Hogan will meet the Intercontinental Champion, the Ultimate Warrior.
and 3, 2. Mr. Hogan, you prepared to sign at this time?
How could there not be professional envy and jealousy between Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior?
Ultimate Warrior, you don't realize what this means to me and all my Hulkamaniacs. That dark cloud, the darkness that you live in, once you sign this is where you're going to remain.
The Ultimate Warrior was designed to replace Hulk Hogan. How could Hulk Hogan not present that?
Hulkamania is still the strongest force in the universe.
Hulk Hogan wanted to stay number one.
What lies before us? The heavyweight championship of the world and the intercontinental championship of the world are nothing but normal representations of why there are followers and why there are leaders such as us.
Instead of Hogan looking at me and saying, being wiser from the business and looking at me and saying, this is going to be an incredible thing, this WrestleMania. Hogan would rather pick up the beauty of the whole thing overall.
Let your take my eyes off Hogan. You see nothingness.
In other words, not offer any suggestions or advice whatsoever, whether to be my character or to talk like I'm talking now.
I will take the powers of those that question. I will take the powers of those that have no fear. As I take two and become one.
He had unlimited potential, but he wasn't ready. The guy with experience is going to win.
The Warrior was wound pretty tight that day.
Testing. I'm with the Intercontinental Champion.
More than usual. But
Motion
it's
detected
pretty
at the
obvious
driveway.
why. It was the biggest day of his life.
You are nothing but a normal. You don't deserve to breathe the same air that I and Hulk Hogan do.
The most vivid thing I remember is that when they came and told me that they had carts to take us to the ring. I said, Vince, I'm running to the ring. He turned to the two guys, he said, you heard it, boys, he's running to the ring. It's a long way to the ring, man.
I think we all knew that night when the Ultimate Warrior ran out to the ring that this was the end of an era.
Champion against champion, title for title. This is what it's all about. Iron and wire right here, face to face. Both still with their respective titles.
Two biggest names in our company at the time, both of them standing toe-to-toe, and let's see what's going to happen. So it gives me chills talking about it now.
And it was just electric. It was so loud.
We're going to get a taste of strength here.
And then when we walked up, I just remember.
Motion detected at the driveway.
The nerves had gotten to him.
Step down, please. The checkout lines are open for a new season of Customer Wars. Will that be cash, credit, or chaos? We have reached the point
I got that on video, yeah.
of no returns.
You're getting so many likes.
In new episodes of Customer Wars, Tuesday at 10 on A&E. Watch next day on the A&E app.
Twice yearly PrEP is here. One office visit every 6 months. 2 times a year for HIV prevention. That's 1-2 PrEP. That's Yes2Go. Yes2Go is an injectable prescription medicine that helps to protect against HIV through sex. One office visit every 6 months. One during your summer sun, and one during your winter fun. One during your summer glow, and one during your winter glam. You must be HIV negative to receive Yes2Go and get tested for HIV before each injection. If you think you were exposed to HIV or have flu-like symptoms, tell your healthcare provider right away. HIV testing may be needed. Yes2Go does not prevent other sexually transmitted infections. Practice safer sex and get Yes2Go as scheduled. Missing doses increases your chance of getting HIV. Tell your provider about your medical conditions. If you are pregnant or plan to be, and all the medicines and supplements you take, as Yes2Go may affect some medicines. The most common side effects are injection site reactions, headache, and nausea. Rare serious injection site reactions can occur, so tell your provider about any side effects. 99.9% of people state HIV negative. Ask a healthcare provider if Yes2Go is right for you.
Oh.
What?
Let's get that out of here.
Okay.
Customers get up to 300 back in bonus bets every day for 10 days if your bets don't win.
Barrett hasn't taken a bite like that in years. But with his new teeth from affordable dentures and implants, that crunch he's been dreaming about,
It's back.
affordable dentures and implants. That's what we do.
Shopping for car insurance?
Motion detected at the driveway.
Quotes and save up to 50%.
I just saved like $1,000.
Go to insurify.com and save up to $1,000 a year on your car insurance.
Spring, the unofficial new year for tool people. New jobs, new projects with quality tools from Harbor Freight. We've got the savings to start your new year off right. So come celebrate spring at Harbor Freight.
Living the one.
Bet you can't run as fast as T-Mobile.
Bet you I can.
Well, you better pick it up because T-Mobile now has the fastest 5G home internet.
Watch this. I'm okay.
T-Mobile now has the fastest 5G home internet. Just $30 a month.
Hey. Sweat.
Motion detected at the driveway.
Tears. Rinse. Repeat. Care for your skin like you care for the game with Dove Men.
If you want the real deal, you should switch to Tide. Really stuff over there. It's so watered down. Tide cleans the stuff that others miss. Clothes look cleaner, not itchy. They smell great too.
Excuse me.
Can we help you?
Motion detected at the doorbell.
It's got to be Tide.
Motion
Gotta try
detected
the
at doorbell.
softest sneaker ever. Hands-free, cozy fit Skechers slip-ins. Sneakers that are as soft and comfy as your favorite slippers. Just step in and go with no bending down or touching. Wrap your feet in hands-free, cozy fit Skechers slip-ins.
WrestleMania 6. That feeling of like, wow, this really happened.
Well, then you hear the story from home. Warrior looks at Hogan and says, let's go. Because he's gassed.
We'll see if one man can break the other man down.
And that says a lot about Hogan for not burying him right there.
Oh.
Because he could have. He could have buried Warrior, but instead, he carried him.
Warrior's got those knuckles turned over, and the Hulkster is slowly falling to his knees. He's down.
Motion detected at the driveway.
Listen, did everything I told him to do. And it made him fucking ignore it.
Goes the Warrior, and a scoop slam.
Hogan had been the guy for years. He was the white tiger.
Oh, look at that, a slam by the Warrior.
Every move, even if it's a move you see on TV every week, would seem to mean something.
Clothesline and a beauty, and now he's down.
It was a great match, man. I mean, the whole match was just, the chemistry of it was awesome.
Oh, he's going for a suplex. Oh, think about it. Goes for the cover, 2 down.
My God, they had about 50 false finishes.
There's the throw to top. No, no, no.
People were just totally wrung out.
Both of them fighting like champions, but there can be only one winner. Hulkster with a roundhouse, and the Warrior's backing up. Got him with the... Oh, he nailed him. There it is. He moved out of the way. Look out, the big splash. 1, 2. He got him. He got him.
Motion detected at the driveway.
When Warrior won against Hogan at WrestleMania, I mean, that was the ultimate. I was jealous.
This wasn't a fluke win. This was a win, and now the Ultimate Warrior era was about to begin.
Look at the hushed silence going over the crowd. They don't know what the host is going to do, and neither do I.
I think he knew he accomplished something very special because it was right.
Oh, look at this! Hulk presented the belt and raised the hand of the Warrior.
But yet he decided, no, it wasn't February.
You know that old saying about that it's not the destination, it's the journey. It's true for me. I was so emotional after it happened, but within a day or two, I was thinking, what's next?
I just can't convey to you how shocked people were that he didn't retain his title. He was devastated by that loss.
Motion detected at the driveway.
The feeling was that Ultimate Warrior had the look, had the charisma. The only way you're ever going to find out if somebody else can fill the shoes of someone else is to put them in those shoes. It was obvious watching him that he felt the pressure. There was just sometimes he was really on edge. And he still had Hogan. Hogan was still there.
Well, we're not here to wrestle today. We're here to have fun. So everything's just.
It was pretty clear that Ultimate Warrior was no Hulk Hogan.
If I get my hands on an Ultimate Warrior, wipe that paint off his face and see what he really looks like.
Once he was no longer in pursuit of the title, there didn't seem to be the same level of interest.
Yeah, you got a forerunner.
Motion detected at the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
The Ultimate Warrior had held the WWE Championship for less than a year when the WWE decided it was time to take the title off.
You talking about we rich? No, he rich.
You simply looked at business. Business wasn't as good with Ultimate Warrior as champion as it was with Hulk as champion. The audience still loved Hulk, and the fact that Hulk lost, the audience felt that they needed to be behind Hulk to get him back to where he was.
This is the moment when the jealousy of the Ultimate Warrior about the man he was supposed to replace really started to simmer.
I'll never forget, we had an early flight, and some kid comes up to him and, asking if he was the Ultimate Warrior, and like he snaps on this little kid. I was like, whoa.
The WWE demanded that the Ultimate Warrior tape an apology to that boy.
But not in the Warrior's job.
I'm comfortably apologizing, but I'm not saying what I'm comfortably apologizing for. That's right. What's the biggest fault? What's the point?
I understand there comes times in everyone's life when they may regret certain things that you regret certain things that they this. Yeah, I know. I don't know what the.
I think that apology broke something in the
Yeah,
Warrior.
24 hours after Warrior taped this apology,
Motion detected at the
Warrior
driveway.
decided to write a letter to WWE.
Me too.
Right? This is a different approach. I have been from day one different from the others. I meant as much or more to that show as Hulk. I deserve to be paid the same. I know what Hulk will get, and until then, I remain humble.
He basically says, I'm not going to have my Mac tonight unless you give me $550,000. So they acquiesce, at least on paper in the moment, and made promises to get through that event. So in SummerSlam, you had Sergeant Slaughter teaming with the Iron Sheik against Team Warrior and Hogan.
Here's a man who's virtually called
Yeah,
in
man.
recent weeks the Ultimate Warrior.
I take 5 in the morning, 2 in the noon, 4 in the evening, and 1 at night.
You don't get any more unprofessional than calling up and threatening a promoter and holding him up. And the Ultimate Warrior was nobody when he came to the WWE. That's as bad as it gets. That's unforgivable.
Motion detected at the driveway.
And you know what that does? That puts you in uncharted territory. Now we don't know what he's really capable of doing. I told Vince, let me get in there and break his legs.
Your gut is like a garden, growing both good bacteria and bad. That balance is key to a healthy gut environment. Benefiber's plant-based prebiotic fiber gently nourishes the good bacteria, working with your body to help your gut and you flourish effortlessly every day. Grow what feels good with Benefiber. Imagine it. Fresh sheet day could become fresh sheet week.
Motion detected at the doorbell.
Fresh. You can climb with more freshness.
Motion detected
Night
at
after
doorbell.
night for up to 7 days. Downy breathes life into your laundry. Sam, are you cheating on me with another pet store? No. It's just, I have AutoShip. PetSmart has AutoShip too, and same-day delivery. They're like the full package. Smart deals, low prices. PetSmart, anything for pets.
The thing about air is, even if it starts here, it'll end up there. But Swiffer Sweeper Deluxe is made to get air anywhere. Drones just push and move. But Swiffer gives you a clean that's mom-approved. The collapsible, storable Swiffer Sweeper Deluxe, the mother of all cleans.
Many abused and neglected animals are hungry and need help right now. Many animals are starving, wondering if food will ever come, with the unbearable pain that comes with that, and they need our help.
There are animals that have no idea when their next meal will come. They can't even remember when their last meal was. And they are moments from dying.
So I'm here to ask you, will you open your heart to help an animal who's hungry? Go online, call, or simply scan this code and donate just $19 a month. You'll help feed a hungry animal. That's just 63 cents a day to fill their empty bowl and show them the love in your heart.
There are empty bowls that are sitting there waiting to be filled. You can tell that these dogs are so weak from hunger. They've known no other life but a life of suffering.
No animal should have to go hungry. And with your support today, you will help feed a hungry animal. You can fill their bowl, but you have to make your urgent life-saving gift today. So please join in the next 10 minutes. And if you do, we'll send you this free welcome kit to thank you for helping an animal today.
There's always an empty
Motion
bowl
detected
on
at the
ground
doorbell.
that should have food in it. And it's
Motion
very
detected at
clear from
doorbell.
the appearance of these dogs that that bowl hasn't had food in it for a long time.
We urgently need 3,000 new donors in the next 30 days. Please say you'll be one of them by signing up today. No animal should ever go hungry, and I know you agree. Please make this the moment that you say, I won't stand by while they suffer. Help fill their bowl too. Go online, call, or scan this code right now.
I don't watch,
These
man.
dishes are still dirty.
Watch something, man.
You need a detergent that cleans your dishes and your filter.
Filter.
That's K-Planet.